my native dance.
The music you don't finish.
You don't say now. Okay. The music don't finish.
I want wait
All
to
right.
make a plan now.
Play. Yeah,
Let's go.
play.
You don't put them.
Thank you for the like.
Where would they say? What thing they'll do all this?
Go check private chat. Check private chat.
Play.
The leaders of thought, they wanted Awolowo's forgiveness. By this time, Ojukwu in the eastern region had refused to recognize the authority of Gowon. Ojukwu seized federal assets in the east and confiscated federal revenue. He detained a civilian Nigerian airway flight that landed in Enugu. He refused to attend meetings of the Supreme Military Council. It was clear Nigeria was headed for a civil war. Did Awolowo react appropriately to Ojukwu's actions?
I think what he did, I'll put it in two ways. There were his thoughts and there were his actions. And I think the first was, of course, the West was in a very weak position. All the troops in the West were likely to go. Because historically, the Westerners had always looked down on military. If I always thought it's only uneducated, lazy people that will join the army. So really, when you get to the army, then outside the medical corps and the education corps, you rarely find the Southwestern. So all the barracks and military cantonment in the Southwest were peopled and officered by Northern. Before the July event, perhaps there were some Easterners there that were in Abeokuta. Some of them in Ibadan. But when the return march happened, for their own safety, they ran. So the leadership of the army, Nigerian army in the West, were the arms of the Northern.
Yeah, all the Igbos in Abeokuta, did they run away or some of them were also massacred?
Absolutely massacred. And the remaining had to run. They didn't run away, they ran in the interest of them.
Why were they taken unawares? I keep thinking. They dubbed the first coup an Igbo coup. And
the first one was never an Igbo coup.
It was not an Igbo coup?
It was a Nigerian coup.
Can you explain? The author of this book?
Yeah. Very, very intellectual.
It was not an Igbo coup.
It wasn't an Igbo coup. It was a coup of genuine Nigerians who were worried about Nigeria. Yes, they were young. Generational. It was the generation that brought them together. It was their willingness to risk their life to have a better Nigeria that brought them together. It wasn't to put an Igbo man or create an Igbo empire. No. This Igbo himself is Midwest Igbo now. In normal balance, he is not an original Igbo. So he wasn't doing all of that.
Ifajuna was Igbo.
Yeah, was Igbo.
Onwachukwu Igbo.
Yes.
Most of the officers were Igbo officers.
What joined them together was intellectual revolt. Wanted better Nigeria. Most of them were educated, they were university graduates.
Most of the army officers, senior army officers killed were from the north. The premier of the western region was killed. The premier of the northern region was killed. Michael Okpara was not killed.
That was a failure of individual operators.
Tell me more.
From a planning a coup, they broke Nigeria to moved, he sought even the support of Ojukwu, who never gave him support.
But Ojukwu knew about the coup.
Not before. He was not party to the planning of the coup, from everything I've read. But of course, for you to take over government, don't forget that he was just a trainee officer, and he was using trainees. And Ojukwu was the commander in Kano. So he needed him. He reached out to him and he didn't give him support. So if it was an original Ojukwu, of course. Collection of military in the north, but he did it. In the west, of course, it succeeded because the environment was against Akintola himself. So it was easy. And of course, because he reacted in a different way, he decided to fight. He decided to shoot. No other person did that. Was the only one. And of course,
When you say he decided to shoot, how?
When they captured his deputy, the military boys can be something else. They captured his deputy. So it was the deputy that led them to his house. It was he who spoke to him. He didn't know the military was there would be a military movement. When he now discovered that PANICKING had military boys meeting, he also had prepared for such days, not of military, but of civilian. He thought the operation where the people would probably come to his house one day. So he took his submachine gun and opened fire.
You know, mind you, he had been warned of a coup.
Yes, which was why a day before the coup, he flew to the north to discuss it with Sadana. And Sadana said it was impossible.
That it was impossible.
Because he was sure of the northern command. And he was sure of the loyalty of Agui Ironsi. And Agui Ironsi had no reason not to be loyal to them. It was not to be the GOC. It was not recommended by the military. The outgoing General Everett of us never recommended him.
Did he recommend Obafemi Ogundipe?
He didn't either. I think he recommended Malamari. But Balewa and Sadana opted for Ironsi. He said, let's keep seniority. So why would Ironsi want to fight them? No reason. Absolutely none. So he had no reason to join, to be part of conspiracy.
They didn't see Nzogu coming.
Nobody. And that's what happens to politicians.
But it was movement of troop in Kaduna. It was clear.
It was just for training. And he does that regularly. Even from evidences, those two didn't know what they were doing until they got to points of action. They thought they would carry them and train them, but it was a revolutionary. And they're always in the midst of decadence, some revolutionary. In the midst of darkness, there'll be one source of light.
Wasn't he too brutal? Wasn't he too brutal? The way Ahmadu Bello was murdered. Was Nzogu not too brutal?
When you look at it today, you will think so. By that time, a failure at that point was the end. And you know, he's a military man, a young man, well trained. He went to Sandhurst. Sandhurst was the best training center in the British government. He knew that if he failed his test, so it's either you die or you kill. And he knew if he was unable to penetrate the Sardauna hegemony. That was the end. And he believed that the totalism they were talking about, any Marxist, there are many in the South, any radical who criticize the totalism in the North. And he was seen as the epic, was the Sardauna, next in rank to the Sultan. So it wasn't just a premier, he also had religious control. So, why not to pay? You don't operate like how would I call it? A shooter. You do what you call a spray shooting. I must kill this one because if I don't, that will be the end of the exercise. And he was the leader, so he assigned to himself the most difficult assignment. So he did everything.
The guys in
But
the
looking
east,
backward now, it will look good.
because he took Ahmad Bello's wife along.
They took this wife along.
The guys in the east did not execute theirs.
Now let us look at the truth of the circumstances. They just had a Commonwealth meeting in Lagos, and all of them have been going away. And most of them were aware there would be a coup because they had better intelligence through the embassies. But we still had an Archbishop Macarius around, who was the city based, as at the day of the action. You have to look at the international dimension to it. You attack Opara with Macarius. So that was a possibility. And I'm doing my own analysis now.
Yes.
And in this matter, we have to be objective analysts. We didn't kill Archbishop Macarius alone. So we had to stay hard for Macarius to leave. But coup had already started. And because it was Ifeanyi I had responsibility for that, a lot of people now interpret it. And they may be right. But from the way I look at the international dimension to it, it may just be, let's wait until Macarius will leave. Action had happened in the north, it had happened in the west. There was no need for the Midwest, because there was a new state, a new region, and there was no environmental hostility to the incumbent government the way it was. And Dennis Osadebe, who was there, in the political calculation, was not a significant element. So it is possible that sheer incompetence of Ifeanyi or ethnic sentiment or international would have interfered with it.
But was there any reason to take out Okpara? The environment was friendly to Okpara at the time.
Actually, I don't believe it could have been part of the original plan. I wasn't part of it. I'm able to read it. If those coup planners thought that the man to beat Nigeria was Awolowo, and his political partner is Opara, why would they want to kill him? Let's look at it objectively. Part of the causes of the coup was the 1964 federal election. Action Group, SNC formed OPCA. In the absence of Awolowo, they had a joint leadership as it were. Opara and the wife of Awolowo. And they campaigned together all over Nigeria. So when you look at it analytically, it will be strange if people thought that this rubbish, and they thought this rubbish was based on.
They said the thing is not coming out.
It's coming out to leave the people. It's coming out.
It's coming out. Don't mind distracting.
On feudalism. There's no feudalism in this. They thought they were partners and collaborators with feudalists in the West. They eliminated them. They thought they were also collaborators in Lagos. That had to do with Kujebo, Balewa. They eliminated them. So what would be the reason for dealing with the co-leader of what they saw as the only hope for Nigeria?
Azikiwe left the country before the coup.
If Azikiwe had been in the country, they were eliminated.
You think so?
I believe so.
Why did he leave? Did he have premonition of the coup?
He probably did, and because that is him. I believe that Azikiwe will always do for safe ground. He did that 1951-52. We had to have a lecture, a very radical lecture against the British government. They now planned the government lecture. It was still an NCNC there. It was not a national. Every young man loved Azikiwe. They loved his intellect. They loved his grandiloquence. And they followed him. But came lecture time. Azikiwe has disappeared, as usual.
Why?
I think there's some cowardice.
Some cowardice.
I think so.
So the point you make is that it wasn't an Igbo coup.
I'm trying my man.
We are discussing history. And another book I'm recommending to you to have a better understanding of the discourse and form your own opinion is this book, Iransi, Nigeria, the Army, Power and Politics, written by Chuks Iluegunam. This book is a classical work on the story we are discussing. I did not bring the book Nzogu, written by Obasanjo. That is another classic you should read. So you can get this book on udarabooks.com. And you can also buy it on WhatsApp. The numbers are pinned to this broadcast. We are looking at history, politics, and power. I have recommended Why We Struck by Adewale Ademoyiga. Now I am recommending Iransi, Nigeria, the Army, Power and Politics. It's about learning and unlearning. We are talking about Awolowo in the Nigerian Civil War. And when you talk about the war, one name that must come up is Ojukwu. So look at this book, Emeka, written by Frederick Forsyth. Emeka is a classical work if you want to know more about Colonel Chukwuemeka Odumeku Ojukwu. You can get this book on udarabooks.com. I am discussing with Dr. Yemi Falumbi, looking at the background to the war.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was what Ojukwu was fighting for. So you can have access to your own resources, but out of your stupidity, your idiocy and foolishness, you sided Abacha, you sided Muhammad, you sided the Obasanjos of this world. Today, all the billionaires you have, not one single Biafran is among them, not one single Easterner. The only thing that you idiots specialize in is fighting those who are fighting for your freedom. That is how foolish some of you are. You are foolish beyond redemption. After fighting Ojukwu from 67 to 70, how is your life today, I ask you? How is your life? It's a very simple question. Ojukwu went to Aburi to go and get restructuring for all of you to make your lives better. That was what Ojukwu was fighting for. So you can have access to your own resources, but out of your stupidity, your idiocy and foolishness, you sided Abacha, you sided Muhammad, you sided the Obasanjos of this world. Today, all the billionaires you have, not one single Biafran is among them, not one single Easterner. The only thing that you idiots specialize in is fighting those who are fighting for your freedom. That is how foolish some of you are. You are foolish beyond redemption. After fighting Ojukwu from 67 to 70, how is your life today, I ask you? How is your life? It's a very simple question. Ojukwu went to Aburi to go and get restructuring for all of you to make your lives better.
Very ungrateful set of people. You fought Ojukwu, you attack him. You from Ojukwu now. Enter Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, you switch over to Mazi Simon Ekpa now. Someone that is fighting to save you from jihad. Fulani terrorists are coming in numbers, and he is planning on how to strategize the Biafran Liberation Army to do what? To decimate them and destroy them. All you can think of is how you can destroy Biafran Republic government in exile. How you can sell out your brothers and sisters. How you can leak information about the Biafran Liberation Army intelligence to them. How you can destroy every plan that is on the table. How you will bring more terrorists to come into Biafra land and to massacre our women and children. There is never a time that the people will sit down and think of which kind of brain we get when we say Fulani terrorists, they go with one mindset. All of them are talking jihad, 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 jihad. Come back to your own. We are talking of your freedom, Biafra. But some of you want to go for political appointments. Some of you want to go and become president. Some want to be Senate president. Some want to be Minister of Oil and Gas. Some want to be Poblezus Odimma, so that they will call you Supreme Court Governor of Imo State. So that you carry your shoulder. Now me, Buga Buga, I get the power. I'm in control of the East. You bring Fulani terrorists. You invade Yamufu. You enter Oli. You enter Iyala, Umutanze, Obibo, Izombe. You pillage. You massacre. Okigwe. You do the way you want because you have the support of the caliphate in Abuja. Since that time of Ojukwu, that you will attack him and destroy everything he put on the table. And you kidnap Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and put inside. Has the kidnapping and the maiming and the destructions of life and property stopped in one Nigeria? Now, Biafran Republic government is here and is making sure we sealed all our territories from the terrorists. And all the governors and the elders and leaders could do is to be thinking of ways and manners of bringing more terrorists. Please, you guys should bring more. We are opening the front for you. Because as you bring them, the ones you brought from Saudi Arabia, because we have destroyed them, captured some of them alive, and keeping them for you people to come and speak for them. You no longer speak now. We took over one of your camps, the terrorist camp of one Nigeria recently. Why would I not come out, come make announcements? I be courage no day to come talk, say, Biafran Liberation Army firstly invaded Battalion 103. Later, they come invade the one who invade before the election of Poblezus Odimma. We took over everything there. Took some of you captives. Took more granite and sticks. The terrorists that people brought from Saudi Arabia and other Islamic countries, we took them also. When I not come out now, What's your name again? Asari Tokumbo. Some of your men were the lead men that Hope Uzodinma used for the invasion of Biafra land now. And you were boasting on the media that you are fighting on the side of one Nigerian terrorist. It is your men that are being used to kill people because of jihad. Today now, we're just asking questions. Why would I never come make publication, say, this is what Biafra Liberation Army give to you people for the past 5 days, so because this will never take for the past 5 days. Why are you quiet now? We want to hear more, please. Bring more terrorists because we are fully armed. We are not just armed at one end. We are armed all over the territory of Biafra. And it would happen when I go to see them. So we don't do justice to these people. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given them what they deserve. Because everything that is happening now, there is nothing different from what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had not spoken of. It's all coming to fulfillment, one after another, one after another. It's just to connect the dots. When you connect the dots, you will see. Connect the dots, you will see. From point A to point B, carry this message, match with this one, go like that. You will hear everything in order. This is why we implore all Biafrans to give their full support to the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile, because we have a greater task ahead of us. Saturday is the fundraising, and the flyer will be out, and it has become a custom that every Saturday is our massive mega fundraising. So you need not wait until you see the flyer. Just have it in mind that on Saturday you have to be there, contribute your quota in your own way, and the website is open 24/7. You can visit there at your leisure time and do the needful. I thank you all, dear friends, and from here now, my ministers in the house will have the mic to do some justice in their own ways of woto woto. Let's start with Ada Biafra Betty. You get the mic. Me Adeye.
Thank you, my brother. You have done so well. Hello, Biafrans, once more, my good people, wonderful Biafrans. You know, in those days, I have a friend that told me that when I have one problem, that I should count it two. And I said to him, why? He said, because how to resolve that first problem is also another problem. You know, we have to think of something very, very pertinent in this case. They started from beginning, you know, to work on us, but we did not know. After the war, they told us that we are one now, but they had hidden agenda. Having listened to this man, I listened to the man that died last. He was a captain, according to him, during the time of Ojukwu. He said that this type of killing going on now is what happened during the time in Kaduna. They started killing our people, this jihadist thing. Because I read what one Joseph Prosper said. He said that the problem we have is that we are not one. I was just going through the things you are writing here. So I want to correct that issue. We are one. We love ourselves, the Southeasterners. We are all one. We love ourselves. We appreciate ourselves so much. We value life. We don't live in the bush. Onyendu said it, that if the Fulanis are bringing their cattle, that they should come as their business, a higher rent house and pay rent, but not in the bush. He also said that our people in the north, because they will tell you, oh, our people is in their place as well. Yes, our people is in their place, one, because then we were called one Nigeria. And my people travel there because they have the belief that we are one. And when they get to any state, they will be developing it. And the people were not taking it lightly because they don't like any development. They said that Igbos, we come to their place, we want to overtake them, as if to say those buildings, when we are going, we will carry them. Igbos like development. So Mazi said to them, yes, we live in your place, but we live in the cities. We rent houses, we pay rent. Our businesses is not in the bush. But they carry their own business, which is cattle rearing, to the farm, destroy the farm, and they are with AK-47. So they started splitting us by using our own governors, our senators, our local chairman to split us. They started by splitting all the states. This one, we say, I'm not Igbo. The other one, we say, I am Igbo. You know, they started stigmatizing the Igbos so that people around us will start denying that we are no longer related to them. I was listening to Asare Dokubo today. He said that there is Igbo blood in him. But Kalabari, where he came from, that their blood have wiped away that Igbo blood. So this is the thing. They don't want us to have anything. They started impoverishing our people. Nothing is in our state. Anything you want, you have to travel very far. So when they give you 1 naira, you will more than appreciate it. You will be looking at your own oil money as if to say it's a gift. It's not any gift. We have no good roads, nothing. If you go to the north, all their roads is good. North used to have pyramid of granules that produces this granite oil that we buy from abroad now. But they abandoned it and descended on the oil. I saw here where they were distributing money. That's our oil money. The oil from the south, the gas from the south is for the nation, but the gold from Zamfara is not for everybody. And their mission is still yet not achieved, but they will not achieve it. They want to Islamize all of us. So for those of you who always say, why do we want to live? What do you want? Do you want to become what you don't want to become? You better go and live in the north and leave us alone to remain in the south and fight for our Biafra. We want freedom. Biafra is nothing but freedom, peace, unity, progress, and equity. That's what we are, and that's what we want. So they are using hope. They are using all the governors, and they always make them to go there and swear. All of you saw when Obi was trying to become the president, even though he lied to you people, but I will not get into that now. They made him to wear their clothes, wear their cap, come and swear for them. The uncle to Dati, you know, they came from Mauritania, because our prime minister, when he used to do daily broadcast, he showed us all those things. They came from Mauritania and settled in the north. His uncle made Obi to come and swear that the interests of Fulanis will always be maintained by him, and he did. What of the interests of the south? We are the golden goose that lays the egg. What of our own? So oil, gold is for Zamfara, but our oil is for the whole nation. And not only that, we are not allowed to come close. So anybody who is saying that Biafra will not come should step aside. They should step aside. Our prime minister and his cabinet, they are equal to the task. You know, so my people, I won't waste your time too much. We should all be focused on our goal. I know that all of you here are people of like mind. I respect you people, and I will thank you for joining us anytime we are up. God bless you all. Thank you, my minister for information. Thank you, my sister from California. And thank you, 247. Thank you for being present. Thank you.
Thank you, Ada Biafra. Betty, it is good to be here to answer our family names. We are here to answer our family names and our village names. So that's what we are doing. And we answer present ma, present ma, present sir. The January 15 coup was not for Biafra. It was for a better Nigeria. It was to end the genocide. It was to end the massacre. It was to end the extermination. It was to destroy the terrorists. It was to make sure Nigeria becomes a better place. There was no Igbo agenda in the mindset of Kaduna and Ojukwu. When you listen to the video we played, it wasn't only Kaduna that was at the forefront of the coup. They were majorly high-ranking officers of the army who had the incentives of getting a lasting solution to one Nigeria. Because the corruption that trends today, the genocide that trends today, the terrorist jihad that trends today, everything in the police sector, in the working sector, the no power supply that you have not seen since 1960 to this very day, over 60 years, no power supply was also part of it. That there are no social amenities was also part of the reason why they had to carry out the coup. And I love one point where the journalist asked the man one question. He said, why did Azikiwe run out of Nigeria on the eve of the coup? That one made him to understand that Azikiwe is what? A coward. Because it's only a coward that will run away in the face of travails. Instead, you should act as an eagle who hovers around the tempest when it is turbulent. But when you now see that things are going like this, there is tribulation, there is attack everywhere, everybody are holding on to you, calling your names everywhere, that's when you start running. That means you cannot stand. But young men and women, gallant men and women stood their ground to see that Nigeria have a hope. That is why what Kaduna and Ojukwu and all the men that stood their ground to walk and see that Nigeria becomes a better place for people to habit did, we, since you people did not appreciate it in 1966, you people did not appreciate it all. It was because you did not appreciate it that you now turn it to become Igbo coup, which later necessitated for us to do what? To say, let us have our own Biafra and stand alone. Because we started a unifying cause for the interest of everybody in one Nigeria. Along the line, they decided to do what? To sectionalize the coup and then put it only for the Igbos when they are massacring everybody. You had everyone in the country. No people came up with the idea of the salvation of everyone or the defense of everyone. But it is one race in the country that decided to lead the coup to see that people will be safe in the entirety of one Nigeria. And then when everything ensued, they now turned the radar from Lagos, from Kaduna, down to face it to the east. Then Lagos, Abuja, and every other places were having a flourishing business, while there was bombardment, destruction of lives and properties, genocide ongoing in the east. So we have learned our lessons by trying to say, let us impress everybody in Nigeria, or let us bring everybody together. The dangerous diversity that has been there for long will all continue. The mistake that we made before was to see the interest of everybody together. We wanted everybody to be safe at the same time. We wanted to hold everybody's hand, carry waka, and then say, come oh, we are here for your salvation, just like we want the salvation of Biafrans. No. At the end of the day, even as Ironsi now decided to still come back with his foolishness after they have massacred many of us, Ironsi still came back and said, let me still do the reunification degree. The same reunification degree of Ironsi is what took his head. So there is nothing you will try to do to better one Nigeria that will not carry your head. So we've crossed the Rubicon. Now there is nothing like better Nigeria for us again. What we are talking about is Biafra. Only Biafra standing alone The rest of you can go and do with Kafanchan, go and do with One Nigeria. We don't care what you do. We want to restore Biafra and defend our own. So that when terrorists are coming, we know where they are coming from. We can fight a common enemy from a common front. And we are ready. Support Biafran Republic government in exile. Because we don't want the repetition of what happened before. You know, the same way people were attacking Ojukwu when he was trying to defend you, the same way you attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he's trying to defend you from the same jihad that happened in 1966 that led to the coup. In 2023, the same jihad that is playing out, that Mazi Simon Ekpa is still there on the road to make sure it doesn't come to your homeland. And you are still there to bring more to come and kill people. Wake up. I give the mic to Ada Biafra Chicago.
Okay, and that Biafra from Chicago is still telling you that nothing sweet past freedom. Nothing. You cannot compare anything to freedom. Don't mind on these charlatans, all these political thugs, because that's what they are. They are eating crumbs under the table, falling from the Fulani jihadist terrorists. The people that want to take you back to 1914, that live like animals, nomadic people. We don't hate anybody. We don't hate anybody. If they are doing their business the same way a Biafran man will go to Europe, Asia, anywhere in Africa, in that Nigeria, and pay rent and buy land and build their own store or their own house and develop countries. Anywhere we are game changers. We are everywhere, anywhere in this world. We don't see an Igbo man, you don't see a Biafran. That must be a desert. Even the desert, that must be a hellfire. Hellfire. We are developers, even in America now. Go to health sectors. Go to British, go to their health sector. Go engineers, lawyers, professors. We are educated people. We are clean. We are industrious. We are hardworking. Ask questions. In that Nigeria, without the Igbo man, Nigeria can never, ever. Nobody will hear about Nigeria. That you are hearing about Nigeria today, 90%, or let me just say 75% of what you see that makes that Nigeria a country is from Biafra land. These people don't want development, so let's leave them and move forward. You can't tell me that there's somebody who said that book is haram. That Boko Haram, the meaning of Boko Haram is that they don't want development. They don't want to go to school. You don't see them in America. You don't see them in Canada. You don't see them in any Western world. They want to be there and be practicing their jihad, their terrorism. That is what they are doing, forcing people to be converted to whatever the religion they want. It's not by force. We have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, many freedom, but not in that dungeon called Nigeria. Not in that place. They chop off your head. They have killed many reverend fathers. And what is annoying me is that the Pope, the Bishop, the religious leaders in the whole world is keeping quiet, especially Rome, because I'm a Catholic. In our village, we contribute some money that some of it is going to Rome. Some are being remitted to the Rome, to the big Pope or Bishop, whatever they call themselves over there. That's why I'm going spiritual now. I don't want to be religious no more, because the world would have been a better place without this religion, where the Ukrainian, the Palestinians would have seen the Israelites as their brothers and sisters without fighting, without somebody forcing me to cover my face before I will go out, wanting to take up my child of 5 to 10 years to marry by force. And if you refuse, they will come and be fighting and be killing our people, beheading our people. What kind of nonsense country is that? What kind of religion is that? Stay on your lane. Let's stay on our own lane. We don't hate you. We don't hate nobody, but we must protect ourselves. Defending ourselves is our right. Anywhere, defending yourself, your life matters. Biafra life matters to me. That's why I'm mad at some people who jumped out of the street in America, here in Canada, in everywhere. Black Lives Matter. Yeah, we're jumping up and down. Now, your people back home, they are killing them. You don't want to talk. You don't want to come out. You don't want to show your face because you are scared. When you go to Nigeria, they will from airport trail you and buy you. Why are you being scared? People know they die 2 times, not only once. OneLife.com. If you cannot talk about what is going on in your locality, if you can't tell the world how the terrorists are coming to your land to kill people, why did you even live where you are? In a comfort zone where you enjoy Medicaid, you enjoy electricity, you enjoy 24 hours electricity, pipe-borne water, good road, train station, but you don't have it where you have mineral resources that America don't have. Where you have all the mineral resources that even Britain, Canada don't have. Which country are blessed like us? None. I swear, none. We are so blessed. But the Fulani terrorists will tell you that the gold they have in their zone belongs to them. But oil in my own backyard belongs to the whole Nigeria. We don't have oil well. My father did not have it. But they are from the north. The jihadist people are the one owning the oil well from my backyard. And our farms are being spoiled by the oil from in our water. And now, what baffles me most is that when you want to talk, they will come and kill you. So who want to be in the same country with terrorists? Who want to join this kind of country, for crying out loud? And the world is keeping quiet. If you are a lover of freedom, because I'm talking to my friends here in everywhere you are watching me, you are hearing my voice, please go to www.ipobinusa.org/donate and contribute a little widow mite to our people, to take them to hospital, to buy arms to protect them. We are now in armed struggle. We are not saying it only with our mouth. We have men on ground that will fight to defend our lives, because Biafra life matters to me. Ada Biafra from Chicago. Thank you. I yield my mic.
Thank you, Ada Biafra, for hitting it hard. Minister 247, you have the mic.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you so much. And Biafrans, I don't know what to say again. Everything done open. This coup where they say na Biafran coup, na Biafran one take Ojukwu plan. I thank God that the people, the good thing is that the people that have been testifying, there's other one, many testimonies that Ojukwu didn't even know anything about the coup. Agui Ironsi, being an Igbo man, wanted one Nigeria. The same way Zeke wanted one Nigeria. All his cabinet were Fulanese. He abandoned his own brothers just to please the Fulanese. And they were all, who is that? Close that door for me, please. He ignored everybody just to make sure say he pleased these Fulanese. Not be say Agui Hiroshi no say these people they dangerous. Ask him. He said he want me they in peace. He knows say they don't buy massacre our people from 1940s to 1960 whatever 20 years. For 20 years, at least the one where we pick up, they have been by our people. In thousands, not be in hundreds of thousands, in thousands, minimum of thousands. Yet, he come. He say, I won't make this by stop. Now power on I want, make on a whole lot of power. Still, the massacre that you don't see. There is nothing you can give to these people to please them. They have said it now. They don't tell us, say, it's not because you do anything, not because you collect anything, nothing. Even if you give us everything in this life, we go still pay you. And somebody is still watching and they praying and they're waiting for one Nigeria. Obi, they say, give an exceptional speech. No bigotry. No personal. No this one that they clap for them. If they wait for 2027, that is why giving people false hope. They are living in a cloud cuckoo land, like our leader said, living in fool's paradise. Hope 2027, I will become president. Don't worry, I will make it up to you. All you that have not been going to school, don't worry. And this is what our people know: fake promises, empty promises, empty hope. Hopes and promises that we never ever, even for dream, you can't see such promises. You cannot see. But now what our people want. Now what they want. If we begin now, turn this platform now, say Nigeria wants to be one, come and see now. They go flood, all of them will want to participate. But because now freedom, they don't want to come. Good things don't cost, yet people don't have value for them because they don't cost. Good things don't cost anything, just little or nothing. You feel say, but before you get freedom, people they die. Yes, people they die. Compare the amount of people that have died in Biafra land ever since we say we will not accept anything Funani. Compare those from Benue upward. How many people did they bury on daily basis? Mass grave. How many times have you witnessed? Most of us have never witnessed, if not seen on the screen, as TV or WhatsApp, we see for video. We never see, I never see where they bury two persons for one grave before in my life. But go to from Benue State, go up. Small picking where they're born today. If you call mass burial, you know what it be. It don't see them. If you call Funani jihadists and vet, you know them. It don't see them. It don't be. They don't witness them. But we never witness them. Why? Because we said we don't want it. Yet our people no appreciate them. Mazena Nikalu say we they kill our prophets. We always make those that have come to deliver us from this pit of destruction, we make them our enemies, and we embrace our oppressors. We love our oppressors. We worship our oppressors. We serve them. We honor them. But those that want to save us, we say, look at this one, fool. Either come because they want money now. Either come because they want money. If your money don't finish, and I make they come. It's our problem. If we can wake up today, we'll wake up early. If all of us, we rise now, as I am talking now, if all of us, we rise now to support this freedom movement, it is still earlier for us. We need this freedom more than anything. Don't think that if you don't fight for this freedom, the freedom will not come. But it will be a shame to you, and that your children will ask you, Daddy, why is it that in your document you are not a Biafran, you are a Biafran Nigeria? What will you explain to your children? How will you tell them? Just like those that are living. My sister, Ada Biafra, I believe you have a British passport. Did they write Nigeria British for you in your passport?
No.
Did they write for you?
No. It's British now. What can we do?
Nothing identifies you as no difference between your passport and the real British citizens.
They will
Is there
just
no difference?
oh, it's just British.
You don't understand what I'm asking you.
No, I don't.
Now, there are Britons, whites, the real British. Like here in Spain, where I am, you have your passport as a visitor, as not a migrant, as how do you call them? You have your passport as a residency here. You have your passport. You will have Spanish citizen, a Nigerian Spanish citizen. There is something to indicate that you are not a real British. You are not a real Spanish. And the Americans have it as well.
Africa, America.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
Thank you, Ada Biafra. You are
yes.
there.
You have to understand, these people, they always claim to be the head of Ndi Ocha Niile. Ifefa niile bụ straight. You are either a British or you are not. But enwem dual nationality. Abụ a British, aka m jikwa Nigeria passport.
Okay.
Until their own is not like that. At
Okay.
least
I want to ask a question. Why is it that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's nationality still have comma?
onwerokwa koma o, nationality enwero koma, bụrụ his nationality the issue. The issue a na-ekwu oge ọbụla bụ na ndị obodo a tosiri ije fight ya for him as onye citizen fa. Onwero the passport anyị enwero anything like Nigeria British.
Ọ naghị enwe ugo.
Mba, ndị obodo a na-emetụ anwa, ịma ndị obodo a fada emetụ anwa, mana section 4 of immigration law will take it away from you may commit any serious crime. What they call serious crime. They will just take that citizenship from you. That's white British. Maka onye Britain ubugodo mmadụ ojesia nga ọpụtakwa ọ bụ onye Britain. Maka onye ọcha. Mana ịbụla foreigner.
Only Britain ya ọkụ na the whole land of Britain. Ọ gbachaba ya ọkụ, he remain a Britain, isn't it? Onye Britain. Jee na White House of Britain now. Jee na Buckingham Palace munye ya ọkụ. Onye ma ọkụ lecho jee nga ọpụtakwa nga.
That is serious crime anwa m na-ekwu okwu. Ọ lecha ya ọkụ onye obodo a ka ọ bụ. Ọ ga-anọkwa here. But ọ ga-eje nga. Ọ ga-eje nga. O jesizi aga pụta ọnọdụkwanụ befa. Ị ga-ezigakwa n'ebe. Mana ọ bụla foreigner, onye abụrụ onye obodo a. Ma ọ bụ dịka onye India ma Pakistan ma onye Ghana. Ijesie ịpụta fa ga-anapụ gị the citizenship. They can leave you or deport you.
But I cannot get the citizenship because you.
With this section 4,
that is what I want us to understand. No matter how good you are in another man's land, again, there must be comma.
You are still a visitor. You are
Just
still
a visitor.
like home.
You get to where you go reach, they go tell you, say, this one, you no belong here. You get to where you go reach. You go to say, this place you no reach, this place you no enter. So, but if you, like a Biafran, will have your passport that you are passing, you are going to airport, you show your passport like this, they say, Biafra, pass. The other man go come, he go show his own. They go say, Nigeria, wait this side. It's always the case. Those of you when they travel know waiting at the top. Once they see your passport is green, they will want to find out the country. Once it is, they see and wait. Special attention. I know they make joke. I know be comedian.
But not true now.
Not true. CB. If you never travel and you've never been embarrassed,
some of them are not
passport. You know, say you go the travel. Even for Cotonou there, where you go take leg enter, they go embarrass you because of your green passport. Come on, Cotonou. We need freedom. All we need is freedom. Let us all stand and join forces together to bring this freedom. Like you hear Mazen and the Kalo tell you, he have nothing to do with his enemies. You cannot be in love with your enemies. If you turn to begin to loving your enemies, see your grave. See your grave. We must rally around Mazi Simon Ekpa, our Prime Minister, and we must follow him. We must go and listen to Mazi Simon Ekpa. We must follow him because he is always, every day, every time, bringing a new dimension. With him is the reason why we're here today, still. If not, we would have forgotten Mazen Nandekano. And by the grace of God, Mazen Nandekano must be released. Whether they like him or they don't like him, whether hopes of them are like him or you don't like him, he must.
He said.
Because the fire where they burn them now,
He said,
all the fire where don't ever burn them in their life, and then the fire they go intensify every minute. They intensify. So Biafrans, we must continue in whatever anything where they do. Somebody that fight you to stop that thing is so working. Any right thing. Any right thing you are doing and somebody is telling you to stop, that thing they wound them. So we must continue. Thank you, people. Thank you, Biafrans. Mazi Sonny. Okay, you see there. Ndewo Mazi. I thank you so much.
Thank you, Machineke. Thank you to honorable ministers in the house, Becky and Biafra Chicago, and 247 there, and all Biafrans that have been with us this far. We appreciate your commitment and your steadfastness, your concentration and focus on Biafra. It is Biafra first. So please keep your eyes on the ball and do not be distracted by anything flying. Remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not been released from detention. We have not redeclared Biafra yet. And so we have a lot to do. We have entered the toughest phase of the liberation. So stand your ground very well. Do not allow any blackmail and propaganda to waver you. I have been blackmailed. I have been slandered. I have been given all manners of names. If I start calling them now here for you, I could run come off from this broadcast. But did that stop me from where I am here now? No. Who has taken the worst blackmail and propaganda? Ojukwu took the first. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu took the second. And now, PM takes the worst one that is happening now. All because he's fighting to defend you and to stop the jihad. If since MNK was kidnapped, the Prime Minister has been blackmailed and slandered, and so much propaganda has been done on him in different ways, and he is still focused on Biafra, use that one as a model to decide your stepping stones. Stand your ground, Jigigba, and do not run away from what Ojukwu wants you to do for Biafra. Stand your ground, because propaganda, blackmail, slander, deceit, and all manner of things that will be done are all part of freedom fighting. If all of them does not come and show up, it will not determine your boldness and strength on the next steps ahead. So stand your ground the same way you see your PM stands his ground, and hit the ground running. We thank all Biafrans. Talk to those that are still on the fence. Let them come back and join this Biafra now before it becomes a reality in their own very before in a different way. We thank you all for being here with us. And from us from here, we say good evening.
That was what Ojukwu was fighting for. So you can have access to your own resources, but out of your stupidity, your idiocy and foolishness, you sided Abacha, you sided Mohammed, you sided the Obasanjos of this world. Today, all the billionaires you have, not one single Biafran is among them, not one single Easterner. The only thing that you idiots specialize in is fighting those who are fighting for your freedom. That is how foolish some of you are. You are foolish beyond redemption. After fighting Ojukwu from 67 to 70, how is your life today, I ask you? How is your life? It's a very simple question. Ojukwu went to Aburi to go and get restructuring for all of you to make your lives better. That was what Ojukwu was fighting for. So you can have access to your own resources, but out of your stupidity, your idiocy and foolishness, you sided Abacha, you sided Mohammed, you sided the Obasanjos of this world. Today, all the billionaires you have, not one single Biafran is among them, not one single Easterner. The only thing that you idiots specialize in is fighting those who are fighting for your freedom. That is how foolish some of you are. You are foolish beyond redemption. After fighting Ojukwu from 67 to 70, how is your life today, I ask you? How is your life? It's a very simple question. Ojukwu went to Aburi to go and get restructuring for all of you.